Clear?
Unicon 97633, radio check please.
Adam, clear, Tom.
Thanks, David. We're heading to Conway for the Breakfast Club this morning.
Sounds good. Looks like you got good weather.
Yeah, a little breezy, but other than that, it's very nice.
Except for flying into the sun the whole time. Oh.
And good morning, Sharp Approach 97633 is with you climbing out of 1200. We're going to climb VFR up to 5500, going to Conway for the Breakfast Club this morning. And good morning, Myrtle Beach 97633 is with you VFR at 5.5, inbound to Conway for the Breakfast Club this morning. And Conway traffic 633 is turning final, runway 22 at Conway.
Face
started, I want to thank the folks at the Conway Airport for having us, and these gentlemen back here for cooking for us. They have always done a good job.
Thank you, we enjoy it. Hope everybody had a good time flying in today. We did. And best wishes for a flight home and safe. So take care. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you next year, November 2nd, where we switch places with Orangeburg. We have problems, so they're the 17th.
Yeah, that'll be switched next year, and Wendy will get that
on the first Sunday
on the schedule. So y'all always do a good job. We appreciate y'all having us. How many people do we have here for the first time? Never been to a South Carolina Breakfast Club? There's always more and more every year. Well, y'all are now lifetime members. This organization started in 1938 in Orangeburg, and the whole premise was to fly, have fun, be safe, and to know your way around the state. This organization has no dues, no bylaws, you can't get kicked out. And the last time we had a survey of members was, I think Gerald said it was 2008. And the closest they could come was about 8,000 members at that point. Well, see, the organization started in 1938, so they have had a long time to build. It was started by a gentleman by the name of Thomas Summers. He was a local businessman in Orangeburg, and he had an air coupe. And he and his daughter would get in before church every morning, every Sunday, every other Sunday, and they'd fly to a different airport and have breakfast before church. Consequently, that's why we have it on Sunday. And before too long, some of his friends who were also flyers got wind of what he was doing, and they'd call him on Saturday night and ask him where he was going, and they started meeting him there and following him all over the state. And it was an interesting variety of places back in the late 30s and early 40s we could go to, and even in the 50s. We're kind of restricted now to airports, but back then in 53, the town of Lamar wanted to have a breakfast club. They didn't have an airport, so they cordoned off Railroad Avenue and had all the airplanes land downtown and turn right onto Main Street and park in front of the storefronts. And I think my favorite picture from that gathering was a V-tail Bonanza at the local gas station, getting gas on Main Street before they left. Beaufort County also had breakfast on the beach at Hunting Island. And they sponsored the breakfast and took trailers with chairs and tables and food out. And they had breakfast on the beach. And they had about 25 airplanes for that one. From that point, through this, except a brief period during World War II, they were rationing gas. And Gerald used to like to say when they realized they could put car gas in the airplanes, they put car gas in the airplanes and just kept on flying. The only other time we have had restricted attendance and participation in the Breakfast Club was during COVID. But we're pretty much all the way back from that recent decline in our activities. And I don't think we've got any hesitation by people now coming to the breakfast clubs for stuff like that. So I want to thank all of you for coming and participating and enjoy your lifetime membership. Thomas Summers started the Breakfast Club. He started an award called the Bouncing Ball. And for those of you who do not know, the ball was awarded to the pilot who made the worst landing when he came to the Breakfast Club. And between 1938 and 1946, they lost so many balls because the pilot who had to sign it would take it home with him and never come back, that the president started keeping it. And Gerald, this is our second ball. We've got a third ball we'll be starting probably next year. The original ball is in the showcase at the FBO in Orangeburg, what's left of it. It looks more like a raisin than a ball. But Gerald always used to say, it's all done in fun. And we started having so many people make good landings that we had to broaden our criteria for people who signed the ball. And we started targeting the tailwheel pilots first, and then they started making such good landings, and we started broadening out to young pilots who were making accomplishments, getting certificates and ratings, or people who were flying unusual airplanes, antique airplanes. You know, we've had jets come into the Breakfast Club from time to time. When Stan brought the C-17 in, his whole crew got to sign it. Do we have any candidates for the ball today, from landings or unusual airplanes?
First time anniversary new flight scope.
Yeah, that would be a good candidate. Anybody have a more noteworthy candidate? Well, Noel? Por favor.
So what do I do? Just
Somewhere on the back.
okay.
Just sign your name and the flight school name.
There we go.
Muy bien,
Awesome.
gracias.
Gracias.
First number is a 0.
Yeah.
Second number is a 2. Still in. Third number is a 1. Now we're going to get serious. Fourth number is a 6. Did she draw or did you? Fifth number is a 9. Last number is a 9.
You can put gas in my airplane.
Congratulations. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for coming out. Thanks again to the guys that picked us breakfast. I hope you all have a safe trip home.
So I got a free ride in.
And look forward to seeing you in Winskog.
What happens when they serve fresh waffles? Everyone's carved out.
Oh, yeah.
It's sedated.
Food coma.
area to the